Hi, everyone. My name is Chris Sinke. I'm the Chief Business Officer here at Bittrex Global and the host of our Ask Me Anything today. I am with Modex's GM and co-founder. His name is Alin Iftemi. And Alin, I apologize in advance if I got your name wrong
No,
there.
it's okay. It's
I
okay.
got it okay? Okay, good. So thank you for joining us. We're excited to be hosting you today. We're excited about our partnership with Modex. We're excited about the listing and excited to learn more about the token, the team, and the direction you're headed in.
Thank you.
So for our AMAs, Ask Me Anything, we typically source questions from the Bittrex Global broader community, as well as anybody else that wants to jump in and send us a question. We compile this. I've got a list of questions I want to run through with you, as well as take things in a direction where I may want more information because I think our listeners might want more information as well. So before we get into those questions, though, we always like to ask about your origin story. For every guest that comes on our video AMAs, we like to understand where you're coming from. So, Alin, if you could give us a little bit of background on how you got into crypto, when you bought your first Bitcoin, what led you to found Modex, I think that'd be amazing.
When I started in crypto, or when I bought my first Bitcoin, actually is not necessarily related with this project that happened a long time ago. But still, the current project we are running in this moment, Modex, has a story which starts a few years ago, actually back in 2016. Back then, it was no cryptocurrencies or no blockchain. Actually, it was not Modex at all. It was Money Mail Me, which is the idea of another co-founder of Modex, CEO Mihai, and he wanted to have financial application to facilitate money transfer in a very social or user-friendly way. So that was an application which was built basically with a model, having WhatsApp as a model, as an interface, but additionally to have a feature of or a function of transferring funds, real fiat. Obviously, it was not about crypto. That was one of the first projects our company did it in the position of a startup. But later on, actually, while we were working on Money Mail Me, we found ourselves a very hard time with the legislation, regulation. Basically, with that application, we were somehow enforced to hold the money of our users, and of course, we were supposed to be licensed in order to be able to do that. So it was not very good news for us because these are processes which takes a lot of time, requires a lot of money, a lot of lawyerships. So that's when we first time decided to look at alternatives. And the first alternative we have in mind at the time, in 2016, it was Bitcoin. So basically, what we wanted to do that instead of holding the actual money of one user, when they were depositing money in the application in the wallet, we were doing a live exchange in Bitcoin. So we were basically facilitated transfer, but only with Bitcoin as a back, not with current actual fiat. That was a very good idea. Actually, we regret every single moment that we did not complete that project. At the end of the day, the project was completed. It's still active, but it was done with traditional fiat, and we end up being regulated by the financial institutions. So it was a decision which, at the time being, we didn't had any, let's say, fuel or ideas on what actually cryptocurrency world in general is going to be, and we managed to find out immediately at the end of the year, because in 2016 things, like everyone knows, things got bigger in the cryptocurrencies. And even if we dropped the idea of using blockchain technology in the first startup we have done, we didn't drop the concept at all. And back later on in 2017, we said, okay, guys, let's make an ICO. Let's see what are the problems in this moment in this area. What can we do, or what is the best way to approach, let's say, building some products using blockchain technology. And we had our ICO in 2017. The ICO, which was also based on Modex token launch, the actual token which is subject of our current discussions today. But in 2017, we had a different idea. Basically, we want to build a marketplace. We actually built it, a marketplace for Ethereum's smart contracts. So it was a normal marketplace, but the actual products were Ethereum smart contracts. We built a lot of tools around it because the problem we identified back then was that one of the most difficult things to do for a programmer was to build Ethereum smart contracts, Solidity-based smart contracts, but not necessarily because you need a very good programming skill, but because you don't have the right tools, the right environments, the right IDEs, the right mechanism so that you can build and also monetize the stuff you are building. So this was our ICO, backed by a product, Modex Marketplace, a product which is still live and available in our website as well. Of course, it was not enough. This was a development which was limited actually to the cryptocurrency world of blockchain, and we wanted more than that. So we start researching in what can blockchain actually do for the business, for the enterprise world, from the day-to-day work. So we create a product which is called BCDB, which stands for Blockchain Database. So it's basically a hybrid in the traditional database technology and the blockchain technology. And this product was built especially to be directed to enterprises, companies which are looking to implement blockchain technology in their actual day-to-day activities. Something which would have been a little bit more difficult to use, let's say, traditional chains available publicly out there, for example, Ethereum and so on. This was especially a problem because due to the fees. Imagine that one enterprise, for example, can run, I don't know, maybe tens of thousands of transactions daily. And if you transport that in Ethereum, it's going to be a huge lots of money. All this time, we have developed this knowledge in the blockchain industry, especially appliances in the enterprise world. And we find out what are the best appliances of the blockchain technology, where are the actual users more receptive when it comes to blockchain technology. And that's where we are now. We have performed a token reset, a reorganization, and now we are proposing a launch as we plan to do it next Monday. So this is a reasonably short version of the Modex story. Currently, the company has almost 100 employees altogether. We have offices in Gibraltar. The company is registered in Gibraltar and also regulated in Gibraltar. We have also offices in London, and the technology department and a few other operational departments are here in Bucharest, Romania. There are many other colleagues which I would like to present to you, but this is not going to be the first AMA we are doing. This is the first in a series of several ones.
Thank you very much for that background. And can you tell us more about the Modex team? You said you've got 100 employees globally. That's impressive for a company in this space. And I'd love to learn more about the experience of the management, where those employees are located, what they're working on, and how you built the team.
When we started, as I said earlier in the previous question, we started in 2016 in one villa in Bucharest. We were about 3 or 4 guys. Now we are almost 100. In London, we have people which is mostly engaged in business development. In Gibraltar, we have some people which are mostly related lawyers and regulation staff. But the most of the core team is here in Bucharest. Here we are almost 70 something people. Everybody's working from home mostly. The investors in our company are from several countries. We don't have a particular profile of an investor. We have funds which invested in Modex, but also we have private persons. Most of our team are coming from let's say financial software development. Me also worked previously. I had a job in a company which is developing core banking solution. I think half of the company is having similar background because before crypto and apart from blockchain, our company was pretty oriented in banking software solution or financial fintech solutions, and that's an area where we had a lot of product developed. We are all here in Bucharest. Our offices is I don't know if you know Bucharest, but the address is publicly on our website. We expect customers or partners or investors or friends here anytime. Even if it's a pandemic, you can always find here about 5 or 10 people coming to the office.
And looking forward now, can you tell us more about the Modex roadmap for the future? And I think we'd love to understand what you guys have accomplished over the last 12 months and what does the next 12 months look like?
The Modex roadmap, normally it's kind of splitted in two. One, it's enterprise or the business division activity, which basically it's a division which is in charge to sell our core product, Modex BCDB, the blockchain database engine, and the other division which is completely focusing on the company token development. Until now, I mean last year, the company was focused on the product, on the BCDB product mostly, and we managed to have a product which is more than ready to deploy to the enterprise world. We have a few live appliances as well. We have a great partnership with Microsoft UiPath, so our technology is of a great interest for them. And in the next year, the business division of Modex is going to continuously develop this product and actually position that product in the enterprise world, especially in the enterprise companies which are looking to apply the blockchain technology. The engine of the Modex BCDB is actually a big blockchain database engine, which is also the core engine of Modex Network, which are going to be launched this year by our company. From the token point of view, there is a lot of things to say in regards to the roadmap. A much more clearer roadmap is going to be published Monday on the basically secondary official launch we are having. But in the next year, we are going to be focused on basically completing deploying the Modex network, the wallet application, the exchange application, and obviously to find customers and enterprises willing to deploy their crypto assets on this particular network. So that is going to be the focus of Modex team in regards to the token and the products we are building on the enterprise side.
And as a follow-up to that, can you talk about some ways in which the Modex team plans to hit these milestones? And what have you communicated to your community? Are you going to be partnering with other projects? How are you going to get to where you want to go?
There are two aspects here. There is a technical roadmap, and this technical roadmap is basically, especially in regards to the technical products which needs to be completed and delivered. One is the actual Modex network, which we plan to release early in Q3, so end of second or Q2 and beginning of Q3. There is also the mobile wallet, the mobile application, which is going to be actually the any user application, no matter if it's a regular user or an enterprise user. But that wallet is going to be the main tool to operate and interact with the network. So there is a set of technical developments in that direction, which are going to be released at the middle of the year. And then by the end of this year, they are going to be focused on launching, as I said, crypto assets of our partners, coins, NFTs, and others. In regards to the token development, the most important thing, which is basically related with the tokenomics, and basically officially as of Monday, we're going to start a new token development plan. Many of the information are already public. Last few of the information are going to be completed by Monday, when we are going to make the official announcement. What does that mean actually? It means that we are going to gather up all the tokens that we have in ourselves. We're going to publish the token pools. We're going to update the white paper with and all the documentation in regards to what in those pools, what is in those pools and why. We're going to present information in regards to how these tokens are going to be released to the market in the next month. And as soon as the application is launched, there are going to be other programs which involve the token. As soon as the technical products are launched, there are going to be other programs which involve the token, like, for example, rewarding for stakers or validators. And also we have some staking programs which we are going to launch in the next weeks to have this reward mechanism for our holders and investors until we are prepared to launch the technical products. These are the major let's say information, the major releases that we are going to do. The most important thing to remember is that we basically perform the token reset, and as of next week, we're going to make all these things publish, the plan that we have. We're going to start token release. We're going to announce also the staking rules, which are going to be in the next period, and then the application on which base we're going to have other programs or staking or rewards to both user partners or miners.
Well, let's switch to talking a little bit more about the Modex token, which is listed on Bittrex Global. Can you talk a little bit about the utility for the Modex token, the use cases, and anything else you want to mention in regards to what I have here is listed as special policies or long-term rewards for token holders?
Yes. In regards to the Modex token, the story is not very short. As I mentioned earlier, the story of this token started back in 2017 when we launched the ICO. The ICO had in its plan, in its tokenomics and in its white paper, the development of this smart contract marketplace and some additional tools for developers to facilitate the creation of Solidity smart contracts, and of course of the possibility to sell these smart contracts in the marketplace. We launched the ICO. Actually, we have two different ICO sessions. Some of the people which is in here was also present in that moment. So some of the people watching us now has been with us to get close to us since 2017. But the major problem we've been confronted to after the ICO, which means late 2017, was the fact that the product we have built did not have, let's say, necessarily all the fuel in order to succeed. Maybe there is also some mistakes we have done as well. but we were not also in a good position due to the market as well. By early 2018, there were lots of companies which took the approach of creating development tools for developers doing Solidity smart contracts. A lot of platforms, so the competition actually increased a lot, but the opportunities which we could derive from the marketplace were pretty limited. At the end of the day, there are not so many programmers and there are not so many programmers doing Solidity, not so many programmers willing to sell that Solidity smart contracts. And we found ourselves in the position that we have a lot of tokens, we have a community which basically trusted us and invested in us in the ICO, and the product which is not satisfactory in terms of revenue and users. We did a lot. We try a lot of approaches to find ways to basically make something, make the marketplace work. We failed, and in that moment we had to think about different ways to basically reinvent the Modex token because we have spent a lot of work and we have 1 million reasons to do so. In this time, we find that the initial utility of the Modex token, which is basically to purchase Solidity-based smart contracts from our marketplace, it's still on. So if you visit our website, you can find the marketplace. You can use Modex token to buy to buy a smart contract or to deploy it, but you can also use Modex token to cash in if you are a developer and you create a smart contract which is of interest for whoever is visiting the website. In the meantime, we find out that we can offer also we can find other utilities. For example, anyone who is buying a license of our core blockchain engine, BCDB, an enterprise can also use Modex token to pay for the license, and he is getting good discounts if he agrees so. But these were some utilities which somehow we tried it to, I would say, more to invent them rather than become organic or came natural to us. So we spend a lot of thinking in all these years, a lot of research. We developed the core product that we have, and I think now we are somehow ready. I mean, we understand a lot of blockchain appliances when it also comes to enterprises, but also when it comes to users and traders. We managed to understand what a trader is expecting from a token and how we can accommodate that request. And in this moment, we have a lot of, actually we have a plan. We already released the white paper, which is offer more information on what we are going to build. And sometime this year, we're going to launch a new set of products where the Modex token will have a different and more important utility.
Another question we received from our community was around the metaverse. And one of our users specifically asked, with the metaverse and GameFi being so talked about right now, are there any plans for Modex to dip into this field as time goes on?
As soon as our network is launched, definitely that would be our major objective, to onboard as many crypto assets of the enterprise world, the partners we already have, and this is also a topic. Every integration of our token as a mean of payment to something, every integration of our product, basically the final goal for us would be to onboard as many crypto assets from the enterprise world. So doing this, obviously, we are open to any kind of area or domain. In this moment, we are having a lot of discussions with partners we already have, we already know, because I believe it's the best for us that when we launch to have some crypto assets from a margin of customers that we are friends with, so that we do not have to, let's say, spend too much time running after different customers when we are building the product. But this particular question indeed raised a lot of interest for us. And as we speak, we have someone which is doing some research about what can we do. It's not about not wanted. Actually, it's the exact opposite. We are looking to onboard in our network any single coin. You will be able to bridge, including the existing coins like Bitcoin or Ethereum, but also launch different or particular coins. The purpose is not just to have a network which is hosting coins with, let's say, very cheap commissions or fees, but to have that network expose some very smart APIs so that the enterprises can use this network properly. So what we are going to aim is to build a proper bridge between what is out there and is called enterprise world and the actual crypto world. Meta is something of interest, but unfortunately, Facebook is not on the list of closed friends, and we're gonna approach that topic in the second phase. But we have someone which is investigating everything, which means gamification, meta and metaverse as well, and other domain where especially NFTs are becoming of great interest.
And your website has the phrase Modex, data security, and immutability in the description. At Bittrex Global, I think security is something that is part of our DNA. It's something that's very important to us. It's the background of our founders as security engineers. Can you tell us a little bit about Modex and what you've done to make sure that you're prioritizing security?
The Modex network is actually based on a blockchain engine of our own, the BCDB blockchain database, our flagship product at Modex. So this product, when it was created, it had only one thing in mind: how can we use blockchain in order to bring benefits to the enterprise world? And of course, one of the most important, let's say, properties or characteristics of the blockchain technology, it's data immutability, of course, the security and decentralization. And we actually took these benefits from the blockchain technology, the blockchain concept, and together with traditional database benefits like fast querying, data structure, and so on, we created a product which has two objectives: offer data security, one from the physical protection of the information. So it's not that you cannot just modify the information, because you can actually in any blockchain engine you can modify information, but the problem is what you do with the information when you notice that. For example, a traditional blockchain node in a public infrastructure like Ethereum, basically the node is banned or blocked, cannot participate in consensus in the network. But in our product, if you modify something, for example, directly in the chain or in the database, the information is reconstructed automatically from other nodes. So this product that we have is basically bringing security by protecting the data itself, either by reconstructing the data, encrypting, hiding the data. And the secondary thing is basically protecting the data by ownership rights. So if you are one user and you actually add some information in the database, you're the only one who has access, who is the actual owner of that information. So it's up to you if you want to make that information publicly or permissioned, or you want to have someone ask you permission to access it, and so on. So Modex BCDB, it's basically a product which is bringing the blockchain benefits into to the enterprise. And these two major benefits of data protection from both data physical integrity and data share access mechanism are the most important, let's say, relevant benefits of our product, which are also the benefits our customers are looking into it.
And another question we received from one of our users was, as someone who has been in the cryptocurrency space for a while, I see the benefits of a project like Modex. But how do you explain the need for your project to the average non-crypto consumer?
I can explain the need of the blockchain technology itself, so for an end user, but it is a little bit difficult to explain the benefits of Modex token to an end user. From the business point of view, I will be thinking about a use case, one which is it's a very flagship use case for us, how to use our technology to protect the information in the healthcare industry. So that was also basically one of the first projects that we have, and that is also a different project on the same thematic that we have right now. And it's a very good example of how blockchain is actually helping the end user, but in reality, the end user might not even know about it. That's because one can use some software and benefits from the blockchain technology via a front-end interface, for example, a mobile app or a web interface. But what's happening there, it doesn't really, it's not actual blockchain. The blockchain is somewhere in the back protecting the data. So in this project we have built, we have offered to the users the possibility to maintain their own medical or health records in such a way that they are the actual owner of those data. So when a doctor was interested in offering some extra information on the file or to read existing information in the file, that doctor was supposed to get the permission and ask for the permission to the user, and the user was explicitly offering the permission for the doctor to see that information. This is a very simple use case scenario where the blockchain technologies make that happen. And actually, at the end of the day, one user, he might not see anything different than whatever he was using before when it comes to software and especially in health. But by using blockchain technology, he has different advantages. Nobody will use his information anymore to be sold to pharma or other stats companies or report companies, BA companies. And basically, he's using traditional interfaces, but he gets different benefits. So these kind of benefits are to explain to the actual enterprises or software owners rather to the end user. Of course, it's good that end users should also have some understanding about these benefits. When it comes to the token, the infrastructure we are building, it's not limited. Obviously, we are looking at 1 year now, and I already give a few hints about what we are building. But at the end of the day, maybe in the long shot, the Modex infrastructure itself is not going to offer only, let's say, a network where you can deploy some crypto assets, but it's going to be developed with several financial tools, I would call them. So basically, using the wallet, you should be able to pay with QR code, for example. So you should be able to benefit with a lot of financial tools that we have already developed in the fiat world. So we're going to port that also in the blockchain technology as well. While we were doing fintech projects, we were very good appreciated by our customers due to I would say the usability of the product we have done, the ingenuity of the features that we have built. So we want to apply the same thing in the cryptocurrency DeFi world. That's something which I hope, I'm sure it's going to work out, because the product we have been for the fintech industry they were successful, and all the ideas that differentiate our product from other products in the fintech industry can be applied with at least the same success in the cryptocurrency world.
And how do you plan to incentivize developers that are participating in the Modex ecosystem? What's the overall plan to attract more developers?
The most relevant way to engage developers in Modex ecosystem, it is regards to developing smart contracts. So we have the marketplace now, which is actually live. So basically, any developer who is willing to develop a smart contract, a Solidity-based smart contract, and to monetize it, they already have this opportunity, and they can do it right now. We know that there is not maybe not much of earning possibilities in this moment, but the Modex network, it has also a smart contract engine, of course, and this smart contract engine is based on developing languages which are more familiar with the developers these days. So what we are doing basically, we will facilitate the development of smart contracts in Java actually, and the developer will have the possibility to support Modex in developing smart contract for enterprises, our customers or different customers. Considering that the marketplace is already done, a secondary, maybe the next year, is not yet planned, but the development of Modex network smart contracts and the actual contracts are going to be included in the current marketplace that we have. So as of next year, I would say developers should be able to develop Modex smart contracts as well as Solidity smart contracts, and they should be able to monetize them in our already existing marketplace. It's going to be easiest for us to support developers to cash some money when they are selling basically smart contracts which are very accommodated with an infrastructure we have built. Because we know a lot of customers, we know how it works, we know who has interested in, and it would be easier for us to maybe marketize their products as well. Currently, with current marketplace that we have with Solidity smart contract, it's a little bit difficult for us to find customers because we didn't actually do this service. I mean, we did not, let's say, develop enterprise products in Solidity for our customers or something like that. But as soon as our actual contracts are going to be, let's say, integrated in the current marketplace, it's going to be much better for, much easier for us to support the developers to sell their Modex smart contracts, rather than we can do it to sell, to support them to sell the Solidity smart contracts. I hope I made myself clear. Sometimes I talk a lot and not sure if I make sense.
No, I think you did great. And I think we're on our last question, which is, what's the best way for our community or anyone listening today to get involved with the Modex project? What's the best on-ramp?
Excuse me, can you repeat, Chris? I think I lost connection for a sec.
Oh, no worries. What's the best way for a new user to participate in the Modex ecosystem? What's the best on-ramp? How should they sign up? How do you want them to engage?
Of course, the biggest support one can offer in this moment is to buy the Modex token and stake the Modex token as soon as possible. But we need a lot of help in promoting our posts that we are making in social media. We need a lot of support in basically promoting the Modex, not only the post, but also the brand, the articles, the news that we are publishing. So most of the support we can get is basically in this area. Whoever is an investor in Modex, whoever holds Modex tokens, should know that the most important thing for them and for us as well is to engage as many people as we can and promote the word. Obviously, especially as of Monday, when we are going to display the token release program, and the market and the public will understand what we have in mind also from the token economics. That would be a moment when we're going to need support from as many buyers as possible, because we're going to try to respect that tokenomics and basically make sure that we have enough tokens released in the market that by the time we launch the network, to be able to facilitate the right motion of the economy we planned.
Well, thank you, Alin, for joining us in this AMA today. I think we all learned a lot about Modex and the Modex token, which of course is available for purchase at Bittrex Global. And
there is one more thing, Chris.
Sure, yeah.
Allow me. I think we noticed in the post ad or something, I think it was said priced in MDX. Actually, the asset code we have is Modex directly. So our coin, if it's searched via Bittrex or online, should be searched after Modex itself, not MDX.
Okay. That's a good call out. Absolutely. So the Modex token is available on Bittrex Global. Please sign up if you don't have an account already in order to purchase it and then stake it, of course. And we're very excited about the future for you. And thank you again for coming on and doing this AMA today. And for those of you who want to learn more about Modex after this session, please navigate to www.modex.tech. That's MODEX.TECH. Thank you again, Alin, and thank you to the Modex team.
Thank you very much. Have a nice evening.
You too.